Right now at noon, the latest details in a shooting on Indy's northwest side. Our team at the scene spoke with IMPD as they continue their investigation.
And we've got some rain and thunderstorms on radar here, and the more widespread coverage is yet to come. That timeline's ahead in the forecast.
Child care services and parents are speaking out following an announcement from Governor Braun. The fallout from frozen child care vouchers now leading the governor to find a fix. Thanks for joining us at noon. I'm Alex Almanza, joined by meteorologist Sean Ash. Sean, I know we've got some soggy weather ahead, but looks like before we get to that, we've got some bit of an incident on the
Unfortunately, yeah, this is big time traffic news here. Let's get right to the NDOT cameras, Alex. We've got 465 closed in both directions on the north side due to a cut gas line. We don't have a timeline on when this is going to be fixed. You should avoid 465 because, again, it's closed. So this, we're looking toward the east. So this is going to be the westbound. All lanes, westbound lanes are closed. Two of the left lanes of the eastbound are open, are closed. You can see the backup here, and we'll show you this on the map. So there you go. Avoid that at all costs. They're pretty much making folks get off there at 31. Again, 465 closed on the north side until further notice. Okay, in terms of weather for today, so we're starting to see some showers popping up here. Nothing severe on radar right now, but we do have a complex of thunderstorms. It appears to me the brunt of which may stay just outside of the WTHR viewing area. We'll show you these showers and rumbles of thunder that are now popping up. Not a surprise. Going to be a little more scattered around the metro initially, but this is some pretty widespread rain. Going to pack a little bit of punch. Can't completely rule out some severe gust with it there near Rensselaer. Temperatures otherwise, here we go. We're doing it again. We're in the middle and upper 70s, likely going to hit 80 degrees or higher here. What we're going to be watching is what happens upstream across parts of Illinois into Missouri. We are in that level 2 risk from central and northern Indiana. There's the first complex. You see that, and then all eyes will be on what happens to the west of us. We do expect there's going to be multiple rounds of thunderstorms approaching us this evening that will up the odds of severe wind gusts, possibly some flash flooding. It's going to be a stormy night. We'll have more on that when the storms get out coming up in the forecast.
All right, we'll be keeping an eye on it. Thanks so much, Sean. Well, new this afternoon, the search is on for a suspect after a man was left in critical condition following a shooting on the far west side. Metro Police say it happened just before 8 this morning. Marina Silva is there with a look at the scene.
Metro Police are still investigating a shooting here at Deer Cross Apartments. I'm told from police that the shooting happened in the back of the complex. When the victim was shot, he drove his car over here to the front where he ended up hitting a tree. The location where the victim was shot to where he drove his car and hit the tree is not very far from each other. It's all still in the same apartment complex. Metro Police say this happened just before 9 o'clock this morning, and the victim was in his own car parked when this happened. Police are still searching for a suspect. We're waiting to hear more information from Metro Police. We'll update you when we learn more. Reporting from the west side, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Also new at noon, a man and woman are dead after an apparent murder-suicide. This happened on Indy's near northwest side around 6 last night on Congress Avenue. Officers say that's where they found 51-year-old Rafael Rosado Roman outside a home, dead from what they believe to be a suicide. When officers went inside the home, they found a woman unresponsive and medics pronounced her dead. We're working to learn more on that woman's name. Well, a man is seriously hurt after a shooting on the city's near west side. It happened around 10:30 last night on Emmerich Lane. That's near North White River Parkway. Officers say they found the man shot at the Union at 16th Apartments. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. IMPD says they have no suspect information at this time. They're asking anyone who may know something to call them or Crime Stoppers. The Zionsville Fire Department says a house fire caused at least $300,000 in damage. They shared these photos on their Facebook page. They say this happened just before 2 yesterday afternoon on Amherst Way. Crews at the scene say the fire was coming from the home's attic. One person was home at the time of the fire but was able to get out. The cause of the fire is under investigation. New details in a stabbing at a USPS facility on the southwest side. The agency now confirms a mail handler stabbed a coworker with a pocket knife in the break room. They say a fight broke out between the two coworkers. The victim, 20-year-old Darius Riggs, is in the hospital on life support. Neither USPS or IMPD have shared any information on the suspect or the arrest. Some relief could be on the way for thousands of families struggling to afford childcare. Governor Braun now pushing to invest $200 million to expand access to childcare vouchers. Our Ella Rhodes explains the impacts businesses are recovering from when those vouchers were first frozen.
A wave of emotions came over Holly Maxwell when Governor Braun decided to unfreeze the childcare voucher waitlist for low-income families.
Relief and happiness. It's just, when you think of these babies out there and they don't have the opportunity to have a high quality early childhood education, it breaks my heart.
The state froze the voucher list for 15 months, which left thousands of Hoosier families unable to afford childcare. Then, this past fall, Indiana cut the voucher reimbursement rate for providers, forcing Maxwell to close her early childhood education center in December.
And unfortunately, I think that it took centers closing for him to realize that the decisions that was made was not the right decisions.
Maxwell is one of nearly 320 providers who closed their doors due to the cuts, according to the Indiana Association for the Education of Young Children. With new centers opening, Indiana Family and Social Services says the net loss is 139 programs over the last 2 years. Corey Kearns, an early childhood education consultant, advocated alongside Maxwell for the state to provide a solution.
Childcare isn't a side issue, it's an infrastructure. We are not babysitters, we are educators.
The state will prioritize enrolling children with siblings who already have vouchers, infants, toddlers, and children 3 to 5 years old.
These kids are finally getting served. They're getting the things that they need. The providers are going to get enrollment. The teachers are going to feel better about being at work. They're not going to be worried like, am I going to have a job tomorrow?
Despite the new funding, Maxwell doesn't plan to reopen her center.
I know my heart is to help the underdog, which is our low-income families. I don't trust the state. I don't know that I ever will trust the state.
Kearns and Maxwell agree the fight for affordable childcare is far from over.
A federal judge is issuing an order blocking a law to ban the use of college IDs for voting. This means as of right now, college students can use their student ID in the May primary. Groups filed a lawsuit soon after state lawmakers approved the ban last year. District Court Judge Richard Young granted the preliminary injunction. The suit claims the law puts unconstitutional burdens on students. Students had been able to use college IDs as long as they had name, photo, and valid expiration date. The Marion County clerk applauded the decision. She released a statement saying, in part, there are people who are working to silence the voice of younger voters, and this part of the law was an attempt at that. I will continue fighting each and every day to ensure every eligible voter in Marion County has access to the ballot. Now, we reached out to Indiana Secretary of State Diego Morales, who was named in the lawsuit. We also reached out to the state attorney general's office that has defended the ID law in court. When we hear back, we'll pass along those responses.